welcome back. And we're moving into our next segment where we get to have a conversation with artist, photographer Richard Holder and get all the details about his latest exhibit opening tonight. Good morning, Richard.
Morning, Marlene.
Thank you for being here.
Morning, Belize.
Yeah.
All right, so it's hashtag SM4TP. And it means social media for the people. Right?
Okay.
It's all about the people.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so what does that mean?
Social media for the people, basically, the idea in a nutshell is using the social media platform to promote the vendors of Belize City. That's it.
Wow.
Basically, that's it.
Like common faces. Common faces that you see, notable faces.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
No?
No, the process wasn't to single out any particular person.
Okay.
It was a bit like fishing, because we had an idea, we jumped in the car, me and my assistants, we drove around town. We found people, we begged, beseeched, please, this is our idea, this is our concept. Some people said no, some people said, but nobody said, maybe one or two said yes outright, because they knew me before.
Yeah. Okay.
But it was a bit of a courting process, so some of it had to be planned. We had to go back again.
Yeah.
In other words, you know what I mean?
Because
So why vendors?
Yeah, good question, and I have an answer for that. The answer is social media is used for two purposes. One, we share our lives with our friends, family, and whoever else. If we not keep them post private, the world can see it. That's how it is, right? Businesses, who I do social media marketing for certain businesses. And they use that to promote their products by doing sponsored posts. So they actually have a budget there, ensuring that whatever demographic they target
We'll
sees.
see.
Yeah, and you know, Belize being like a village, everybody kind of knows once you put something promoted on social media.
yeah.
So the idea was to, these people who I've singled out, they are not really using social media. They're there. They were here before social media even existed. All of them. So, before all the online stuff, people who've been in the city for a while, that's what I found.
Yeah.
Right? And so I'm giving them a chance, an opportunity here to be on social media, but I've managed to, do the research and find out what they're selling and get their phone number.
Okay.
Which was the difficult part, because it takes more than just an image from a distance. Now I have to engage the individual and gain their trust for them to submit that information. So they're able to promote their services or whatever goods they have on social media by sponsored posts.
Okay. So the nays came from the fact that, all right, I'm curious. This guy just coming around taking a picture of me and I don't know where my picture will end up. This is, I think this is where the nay came from. But in the courtship process, you actually got them in. Is this a free venture for them? Because you're actually marketing them.
I think when people realize that it wasn't a good thing, for example, right now, I have messages from vendors saying, I want to be in this now. How can I get in this? My aunt, the vendor, they come out, and in all truth, I have 12 subjects in the show, right? And I hope that, not just promoting those people, but also promoting vendors on the street as a whole. When people see this show and they see it online and they see it at the gallery tonight at Image Factory, they'll think about all vendors, not just the particular ones being shown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sensitize them to those people a little bit.
So how did you choose your vendors? You said you had to do some courting, so there were obviously some that you wanted but you couldn't get. But who were you looking for? People that were like iconic? Were you looking for people perhaps that were a bit understated? What was your own criteria?
Well, I hit the streets with the idea that people needed help.
Yeah.
Because I found many of them who were willing to speak, which I didn't put in the details of the show, right? It was really just about promoting them and their products and giving them a way for you to contact them, right? But I had no particular agenda with that. Like I said, it was a bit like fishing. A matter of fact, I would say I stumbled upon some iconic people, such as Miss Dorla, who I didn't know was so popular.
She is extremely popular.
I did not know that. I just saw her. I bought rice and beans somewhere once or twice. And,
That was it. Didn't know that was a famous Miss Dorla.
I did not know. I did not know.
So who all did we manage to get into? Who all did you manage to get into the show? You have Miss Durla.
Yeah, I have Miss Dorla. I have Mr. Amin Heritage Foods. What we're doing is we're putting the faces online right now. But I could tell you one good thing. Sorry.
Oh, you can't tell us everybody?
I
can tell
want you
some.
to look at the page for sure. But I want you to come to the show as well. That's where everybody will be revealed.
Okay.
And here's the one good thing I want to tell you about coming to the show tonight. 6 to 9 p.m. by the way. And admission is free. I have to say these things just in case.
Yeah,
people wonder if when it's a show, they think you have to pay for getting. You can buy prints if you like. And the funds from the prints will go to support the people online. Because this project can expand, but it does need funding. Everything, you know what I mean? So, yeah, there's
some
Miss
of them are on the
Swazo
screen.
from the market. Yeah. Miss Irene, she used to be at the commercial center one. She has been selling in Belize City for 40 years, over. Imagine that. So I would say she's like a icon.
She's another icon.
Definitely. You probably remember her from, when you jumped the swing bridge for a while, she used to be there.
Yeah.
23
It's a
years,
crab
apparently.
woman. You see, that's the funny thing in Belize, right? Because we know people by what they sell.
Yeah.
Like, I have my favorite fudge man.
Yeah.
He knows me. Because he'll tell me whether he has coconut fudge or not, the minute he walks in.
Oh, yeah.
We have a snack man here that comes in and he shouts his order
I
to
don't know
the
that.
third floor. And the minute he gets in, it's peaceful blessings from the beginning and whatnot.
Yeah.
We have pretty much somebody for everything, but we never learn their name.
Yeah.
We never learn their stories.
And have you ever been able to call them? That's the question.
No.
That is the most challenging part of this project,
Finally,
yeah.
I'll tell you, because I had some people I had photographed already, interviewed everything, and I always verify the number before I even post it, because I don't want to get somebody else answering the phone.
Definitely.
Some of these people fall off the grid already because the life on the street is a bit of a struggle, and their situation is volatile. So though I may be ready to promote them and everything, they just not that don't know how they do business. It's a more chaotic way of life, It's not so steady,
But for you, Richard Holder, this seems to be a giving back project that you're on. Reason being is because, all right, this is free of cost. You're actually capturing these people. Now you're putting it in an exhibit so folks can come and see who is out there, who is trying to make a living.
I don't really think of it as a giving back. Though it may be to some degree, but it's just a way. I think artists need to engage with their community. That's the most important thing to me. That's what I've always tried to do. You have to get people to think maybe about one another sometimes. In this case, you highlight different topics. I mean, our job as artists, if we're socially conscious, is kind of a bit infinite. Because the landscape is always changing, the issues are always changing. There's always something to highlight that we need to bring. We could do a lot more as artists in this regard.
I love the mindset that you put behind it. Not looking at it as a giving back situation, but getting to know the people. Now, what can we expect at the exhibit? You mentioned 6 to 9. What when we get there? Firstly, where will it be?
Image Factory Art Foundation, 91 North Front Street. And if anybody wants to know anything about the show, just hashtag SM4TP when you go to Facebook.
All you type in is literally that, SM4. I just did it to see if I could get it pulled up. So, and that's what you're going to get to the page. And you have their phone number, you have what they're known as, what they sell, their real name, and a little bit about them as well.
The project will continue to unfold past the exhibition. You'll be able to go and see the people, the images of them, get their numbers even if you want. And the treat of the night is that some of them, including Miss Durla, will be at the back and you'll be able to sample their food.
Excellent.
So you could actually come out and meet the people on the page right now. All those people, Mr. Amin, the original Iceman, Miss Durla, and Miss Swazo, they will all be there tonight.
Now, every time you get the chance to photograph a new subject, obviously you get to learn something new in your process. And you work with marketing for different products, you work with models, you work with many different people. What did you learn in the process of working with street vendors?
What did I learn in the process of working? Because I feel like I know it all, that's not what I'm trying to say.
But we learn every day.
Well, I learned something different about myself. It's harder for me to do these art shows now.
Why?
Because I have kids and I have a pile of responsibilities and nothing's free. So I mean, initially to get my assistants out there, it took a lot of resources and time. It's not as easy, You really have to be dedicated to it. So in a sense, I learned more about that. What it takes to do something creative is not as easy, but it's good to see it through. Because ideas are wonderful things to bring to life.
Definitely. You know what? One of the things I could see already from this is a mixture of what is in Belize City And then again, what's on our highways and byways? And for some reason or the other, I think the colors, the food on a whole, and would eventually bring that together. This is definitely something that will be big. Do you see yourself in the districts doing such thing?
Yes, I thought about possibly expanding it, but I'm a person who tends to get very bored quickly. So I've already have 5 different ideas lined up for something else. We could talk about that one forever because there's so much to do and so little time, no?
Definitely.
Time is little because you have to spend it with people you love, and you can't just give it all to art. I know that.
Yeah.
That's how you stay happy, and that's hopefully how you live a long life.
Wow.
Now, are you hoping to build a movement with this? Like other people sees a vendor and starts to, especially with the use of the hashtag, like that's a great way to get other people to join in on what your mission is.
Yeah, definitely. I do hope it ripples. You know, art. Sometimes in these kinds of projects, you know, perhaps in a bigger bubble, I've noticed that somebody lays a groundwork down. They said something really good, and it excites other people who said, you know, I want to be a part of this. How can we make this bigger? That's not always the case in Belize. You know, things tend to be very, it's like political sometimes, who's in, who's out. Sorry for saying it, but that's how it is, you know.
Reality.
I don't really care about that very much, but that's just, that's a reality. So, you don't tend to forget companies coming forward saying, hey, let's make this live on. This is a great idea. However, I would like to thank Presidente for sponsoring the show. They really helped significantly with the actual exhibit itself. And Full Tech for coming in and catching the bill for the other part of the show, which is the what I call the night market with Miss Dorla and the folks outside and the catering and whatnot.
Yeah.
It really wouldn't have been possible on that level without that funding. So in a sense, you know, I'm grateful for them.
Nice.
Now, what has been the reaction so far since you started to release the photos online and made people aware of the fact that you were doing this?
Well, if you just check Ms. Darla's post, you can get some. And I think the good question for ask is, ask them. I wish we could.
Yeah.
You know, how has it been for them? Because I'm putting them out there, and that's what I really want to know.
Yeah.
But you see, people know they're there. That's why I'm asking. Because, and that's what I said. It's like when we used to see at First Caribbean, they did Unsung Heroes. You announce Unsung Hero, and everyone says, oh yeah, they've been doing this great thing for this long time, but nobody recognized them, nobody acknowledged it. And it's the same thing with the food vendors. Like, we all go to them, we all know them, we all love their work, their product, but we don't acknowledge it. So it's like taking...
In a sense, you take it for granted.
Yeah. So, you know, do the vendors respond in a particular way? Do the people who view and follow your work, what's their reaction?
Yeah, the page blew up pretty fast because I just put it up like last week, Friday, I believe. And with very vague content till Monday, we put Miss Dorla on. She was actually the first person. So it's SM4TP. People may see it, but I'm not quite sure what is it. And then Monday it started. And the response, as far as I could see online, has been fantastic. People have been messaging me about it too, you know. I really tried to create, like, you know, flattering images of these people to help market them. And then do the research for, you know, you notice there's a location where you can find them.
You have a map and everything.
If they're mobile, I still put it on the map so you know exactly where we took the picture. You know? So in a sense, you know their routes if they're not stationary.
Yeah, because like the plantain chips guy, he moves around.
Which is good if you want to order from them. Because they're probably passing around and they could bring some stuff for you. You know? So that's useful, you know?
Fantastic.
Very much so.
Can I ask you if there's somebody you worked particularly hard to try to shoot and you couldn't convince them?
There's some people who well, there's one person in particular who I've only seen him for many years. As a matter of fact, he was in one of my early shows called Muse. I think that was 2002 at Image Factory. I was a street vendor. That show Muse was kind of like everything I had intended to do. It really was like that when I look back at it, because I wanted to do some streets, I wanted to do some provocative images with women and so on and so forth. It was a guy selling peanuts at the corner of Albert Street and Orange Street. You probably know who he is. He's a Spanish man. And I asked him if I could do it, and it's like that kind of fascination, but I don't know if it was a language barrier or what, but he said, okay, after a while he said, okay. After the second time he said it was okay, I shot it. Then I asked him for an interview and he said no. And then I said, well, can I have your number? And then he gave me his number. So I have a feeling if I had the time to go a third time, perhaps I could convince him to give me some details.
Yeah.
But I decided there wasn't enough content, so I just put it one side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe you release it later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was really a quick shoot. Some of these pictures are literally taken in like 5 minutes. I mean, that's it, because in a way, I know that these people are sensible, about having the picture taken, so you want to do it quick.
Well, people don't know what you're going to use it for.
Exactly. So Ms. Durla,
that's
and
the
they
thing.
don't expect that you'll
That's
be
the
doing
thing.
free marketing for
but
them.
I have a crew, so they kind
Yeah.
of think that's something big, because I got a guy there, and I there. And then they say, okay,
and all your,
this look like our
your
production.
shades and your lights.
We took our portable apparatus.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
All right.
like with Miss Durla, it was funny, the rice and bean shot, I could tell you how that went down. I had to go to 11:30 to get the rice and beans steaming. So we talked about that, and then she said, okay, come back for the rice and beans. But not much dialogue between me and Miss Durla, It was a weird thing. And so I pulled up around 11, she made to serve somebody, and I got my guys to set up the lights, and she just do her thing, like we named in there.
Yeah.
And finally I said, Mr. Durla, look over here. And he looks up, and you see that rice and beans
that's
drop. You see that piece of rice to drop right
Drop
there?
right there,
Yeah.
yes.
And you see the smoke from
You
the...
shot
From the rice and
the
beans from
patron
the plate,
one
yes.
grain of rice.
Yeah, I mean, they're like the real deal, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? So for
yeah.
a lot of people who are not comfortable being subjects, it was that quick. It was a very dynamic process, and like 5 minutes.
You know what I love? It's really like a face that says, "Can I take your order? Like, what do you want? How may I help you?"
I see it more
so
as
very
a...
welcoming as well.
Yeah.
I could really see a mother in
Yeah.
that face. Though.
Yeah.
Of course, of
Looking
course.
at her son like,
But when you
I'm
go,
fascinated by what you're doing, but I don't quite understand.
Richard.
is there any one of the vendors that you personally use, support, regularly spend your
Miss
money on?
Irene Suazo at the market.
Okay.
Because I've supported her.
So that's
from the-
like your vendor.
Well, I like her a lot,
Yeah.
because she's handicapped, she's in a wheelchair.
Yeah,
so
she is.
I knew she needed support. We used to always buy from her when we came across from the bridge onto the commercial center where she used to be for many years. When I came back to Belize, that's where I found her at first. When I found her at the market, she was hiding. So I knew she was losing a lot of business by being there, because she didn't have that tourism business
Yeah.
and that downtown location. So I really wanted to photograph
get
her.
her,
Yes,
yeah.
and the only person from the Queen Square Market or Michael Finnegan Market that I had photographed. So I went to her, and I also know Mr. Amin very good too. I've been buying his ginger beer and his wheat bread. He's a very nice person to talk to as well. Deep dude.
Oh, okay.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I think he's
Yeah.
originally from Jamaica.
Okay.
He's been here in Belize.
So the exhibit opens tonight.
Tonight.
Along with a night market. That's fantastic. So
Yeah.
you get to sample some of the food from the people who
Yep.
are being showcased. And you said the prints will be available for sale as
Yes, yes.
well. These are obviously only one photograph. Do you have one photograph of each vendor or
Yes.
multiple?
No, one per person.
One
that's
per
it. That's the project. That's how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Cool.
And it starts tonight at?
6 to 9 p.m. Image Factory Art Foundation. Admissions free. I don't know which camera that's on. Please
they
come.
have your
Just look at
flyer
this
up
here.
actually.
You-
Yeah.
That's good. That's better.
And as you pointed out, we can all contribute if we have. So when my fudge guy come back the next time, we could take his photo and put it up with the hashtag. That's the hashtag you want people to use.
Word.
Hashtag
Love it.
SM4TP.
Let it ripple, because that's what social media is about.
It's about, definitely.
You know what I mean?
All right. Hashtag
It's the potential of that thing.
SM4TP.
It's also on Instagram and Twitter, I should say. People don't use Twitter very much, I know, but I still put it out there because it's one of the popular sites.
Yeah.
Somebody has it,
All right. Well, thank you for stopping in and sharing the details.
Always nice
and
having
best
you.
of luck tonight.
Thanks, guys. I hope you get a chance to see the show.
All right.
We're going to
Well,
shift gears.
We're
actually
shifting
right
gears
now.
like really
Yeah.
quickly. Then again, it's a fun Friday, and so therefore we've got entertainment for you. And Sarina is here with her entertainer. So we'll be
Yes.
getting a dance coming up in just a few. It's something that we're looking forward to.
That's right. Well, of course, we know that her talent night is coming up. It's actually tonight at her cafe. She told us about it a couple weeks ago. And one of the things that she wanted to share with us was one of the performers that will be there. So
That's
we're actually
right.
going to have a dance take place now. And it's Shall I Baby? Is that what we're going to see now? All right, Shall I Baby? And it's being done by Delcia Morrera.
All right.
baby, and that's a life with me. When you pick me daddy, that's a life baby. Oh, that's a life baby, and that's a life with me. When you pick me daddy, that's a life baby. 3 years I got a woman, he never got my child for me. 3 years after me lad, he got one baby. 3 years man, he never got my child for me. 3 years after me lad, he got one baby. Oh Lord, that's a life baby, and that's a life with me. When you pick me daddy, that's a life baby. Woman, get your help for me. You're picking up here for me. You better find it hard, that's a life, baby. Woman, get your help for me. You're picking up here for me. You better find it hard, that's a life, baby. Oh, Lord, that's a life, baby. And that's a life with me. Find your picking daddy, that's a life, baby. Oh, Lord, that's a life, baby. And that's a life with me. Find your picking daddy, that's a life, baby. I got a woman, he never got no child for me. 3 years after me lad, he got one baby. 3 years I got a woman, he never got no child for me. 3 years after me lad, he got one baby. Well, that's a life, baby, and that's a life with me. When you pick me daddy, that's a life, baby. Oh, Lord, that's a life, baby, and that's a life with me. When you pick me daddy, that's a life, baby.
All right. Delcia, what a lovely dancer you've got there, Sarina of Sarina's Cafe. She's a proprietor of that business. Now, walk with me, talk with me. Excellent performance. We know that you've got something going on, I think today?
No.
Sunday
night at 6 p.m.
And this is going to be where?
At Sarina's Cafe inside the Bliss.
Sarina, you seem to have a lot going on in your mind. There is Sarina this, Sarina that, Sarina Cafe. Now there's actually
Sarina's Talent Night, but it initiated over at the Art Gallery and Coffee Shop. Talent Night originated like 3 years ago. Now this is my first Talent Night at Sarina's Cafe and I've been there over a year.
All right, so in terms of that dance that we saw a while ago from Delcia, were you the one who actually got that on there, or she came up with her own thing?
She came up with her own thing. The premise of Talent Night is that anyone, amateur or professional, can come, sing, dance, recite poetry, beatbox, whatever your talent is, you can showcase it. So you show up 5:30 to sign up, and the show starts promptly at 6 o'clock. So it doesn't matter what age you are, whether you're a small child, just learning to play an instrument or doing something, as long as it fits into the scheme of talent. There you go.
So anybody, as long as you've got the talent to do something, you could actually do it. So if you're a magician and you want to haul a magic trick with a card, you could actually be there and do that?
Yeah.
Sign up is free?
Sign up is free and admission is free.
So where did you get the idea from though? Where the idea came from?
The idea originated from, well, back when I had the Art Gallery and Coffee Shop with my sister, Rachel Heusner. She originally did a open mic night, but we found that the talent coming in was far outreaching just poetry. So we just switched it from Talent Night Poetry night to Talent night.
All right.
There it was born.
And so far, so good. People go there. What can we expect when you go to a talent night?
You can expect a lot of talent. A very diverse group. And it is a family show, so bring out the entire family.
Family, friends. What do we get to eat? What do we get to drink?
Well,
Talk to us about some of what you've got at your spot.
Well, don't start me. But there'll be the drinks, the desserts, the savories, my coffee shop specials. You name it, I have it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So every Sunday?
No,
not every Sunday.
Once a month.
All right. So this Sunday coming up is
the first talent night.
All right. Nice. I thought you had this already, but it seems that you've got your ideas flowing. It seems that this is something that you love being engaged with people, and it's great. So in terms of the entertainers so far, they've been coming to you?
Yes. Actually, when I closed down my coffee shop, a lot of people were disappointed because this was their medium of expression, their platform for expression, and it was no more. But thankfully, it has resurfaced. People's person
is what we're talking about here. Sarina's Cafe, and you could go there. It's going to be talent night. It doesn't matter what your talent is. If you work hard, you gonna die. We could actually talk on back brigging. Then no problem. You could actually be a part of it as well. We saw Delcia a while ago. She did her "Shall I, Baby" thing.
And the unique thing about it is that no matter how rudimentary your talent is, everyone applauds at the end. So it's encouraging.
Sunday from 6 to?
6 until about like 8:39.
All right, so just about 2 hours, 3 hours to enjoy yourself talent night, get something nice to eat, get something nice to drink. And of course, you're being entertained, and that's the major part of things.
Yeah.
Only at Sarina's Cafe.
Yeah.
And where are you located again?
Inside the inside the Bliss Institute on Southern Foreshore.
It's that easy. What a wonderful night this Sunday night is going to be. Sarina's Cafe with all the talent, all the food, all the drinks. We want for you to go on out there. Anybody you want to say thanks to before we leave?
Thanks to my mother.
But that's the way it is. Sarina, thank you so very much. And we're about to take a break. But when we come back, we've got... all right. So we'll take that break. And when we come back, it's much more. Open your eyes. Stay with us.